It's 2 a.m. and you're staring at a glowing screen in a dark room. The scrolling has become mechanical. You aren't laughing at the videos, and you aren't learning anything new. You are just continuing. We see this in the career we wake up dreading, or the habits that leave us feeling hollow. We spend enormous amounts of our time locked into routines that offer no actual reward. It is a strange, persistent contradiction. Our daily actions frequently oppose what we truly desire. Historically, we've explained this by assuming humans are simple biological machines. The theory was that we are programmed with a single, binary objective: seek out pleasure and avoid pain. That theory eventually centered on one chemical, dopamine. In popular culture, it's often described as the brain's reward signal, a burst of chemical joy that tells us when we've found something valuable. But if dopamine strictly created pleasure, the model of addiction wouldn't make sense. In clinical settings, people struggling with substance abuse often report that they actively hate the drug they are using. They aren't experiencing joy, they are experiencing a compulsion. This reveals that our internal reward system is prone to a specific miscalculation. It is confusing the difficulty of the chase with the quality of the prize. To understand why we pursue things we don't enjoy, look at the brain's dual architecture. The first is the liking system, responsible for actual pleasure. The second is the wanting system, which drives effort. It only cares about the drive. In severe addiction, this wanting system is hyperstimulated, drowning out the dormant liking system. We see the exact opposite in Parkinson's disease. When dopamine neurons die, the brain's wanting system collapses. Patients become unable to initiate simple actions like walking, even though their liking system is fine. If you bring them a reward, they enjoy it. They just lack the motivation to work. These conditions prove that the circuits for wanting and liking are biologically divorced, and for a healthy brain, that separation creates a trap. Researchers at Stanford University designed a laboratory experiment to see exactly how these two systems interact when a brain calculates cost versus benefit. They started with a baseline. A mouse could receive sugar water for a single, easy action. Then they increased the price. To get that same drop, the mouse eventually had to perform up to 50 separate actions. This chart shows the logical expectation. As effort increases, motivation should drop. Instead, a shocking anomaly. As the mouse worked harder, its dopamine levels spiked. This is a biological sunk cost. The dopamine system measured the work performed. The more the mouse struggled, the more the brain valued the goal. Friction and difficulty can completely trick the brain. They artificially inflate the perceived value of a given prize, making us believe the reward is better than it actually is, simply because it was hard to obtain. In humans, this biological circuit scales up from a lab observation into a hidden engine for our long-term decisions. We see it when we grind through a miserable promotion cycle or chase a status symbol we don't actually care about. Because these goals require high friction, our brain triggers a wanting spike that locks us onto the target. We mistake the intensity of the struggle for the quality of the outcome. Our biology convinces us that because we are working this hard, the reward must be worth it, leaving us on an exhausting autopilot, chasing goals we don't actually enjoy. Breaking this cycle starts with identifying that chemical gap. By recognizing that a craving is often just a wanting signal, a prompt for effort rather than a promise of joy, we can create a momentary pause in the autopilot. That awareness allows us to stop reacting to the urge and start analyzing the outcome. If you want to stop pursuing what doesn't fulfill you, you have to look past the effort. Stop asking how much you want the goal, and start rigorously evaluating whether you will actually like it once you arrive.